No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I got Hammy TV on the show along with his lovely lady.
Miss Hammy TV.
Miss Hammy TV.
Yes, we're here.
The hottest Miss Hammy TV.
Is this the first interview that you guys have done together, or?
No, we actually just did Ed Milet's podcast. I don't know if you know him. He's like a motivational type podcast. Max Out. He's an author, writer. He had a place over in Laguna, so
Might be different than this one.
yeah. I told her, I was like, this is more our style. I mean, it was definitely really cool, but you're speaking to a different audience. Like, he's worth $500 million, so his typical audience is the
Business professional.
Yeah, I can't do like a full like aspirational podcast.
I was drinking tequila the whole entire time, so that helped.
She had a little tequila.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that change the vibe?
Yeah.
She likes a little
We had a
drink.
nice lunch after with everybody. It was a vibe.
My girl like doesn't drink, so if she takes a shot of tequila, it's like I'm gonna have to wheel her home in a wheelbarrow.
She's since we've been together 6 years and married, never once ever any bad with alcohol.
Never
ever.
had an
no
issue.
flip outs, no crying. She's very good.
So
She just
far.
gets aggressive. She'll start grabbing my package and get ready. You know, like
Yeah, I feel like girls are like they just don't eat enough, so then when they drink, they just get way too drunk.
if she just said before we walked in here, I'm starving. I didn't have time.
Yeah,
you
like
didn't
if I
feed
drank
me.
right now, it'd be blackout.
We have Nutri-Grain bars.
I'm good.
Actually, yeah, if you were to eat into the mic, it'd be kind of weird.
It's cool to be here though, because I've watched you for a while. I've all the way back, like Peep. I think actually is when the first interview I ever saw was with you.
Really?
I was a big Peep fan, so
That's what's
some
up.
people don't know that, but that was incredible.
There's been a lot of well, this is like our third or fourth spot actually, but there's been a lot of crazy faces who've come in through the years.
It keeps getting bigger and bigger, and soon enough you're going to take over Barstool.
I don't know about that. I think sports is such a bigger niche than hip hop. I don't think we stand a chance.
Well, they're always going to be ahead though, because they post memes, funny videos, so they mix it. I think if you mixed it, you definitely would, because that's where a
Yeah.
big portion of their people comes from.
Yeah.
So it's like a perfect tactic.
No matter what kind of media company you start, at some point you'll realize that people would rather see like memes and like car accidents and fight clips than whatever you like initially started this platform to cover.
Which is good, because you never know. Like the little bonk situation. I remember
Bonk?
that. Yeah.
Oh, when he took the
He was
fucking
hammered, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mixed with probably some. He stood up like where you were. Well, you were in a different studio, but he was literally
That was one of the
blackout.
most viral things ever. I remember I
Very.
was in Hawaii like a few days later, and the fucking waitress at the restaurant was like, "I just saw that guy smash his face on the wall on your thing." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
He was. I don't even. You have patience. I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that stuff.
That situation was so much worse than it even seemed on camera. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about how you guys got your start in terms of building up your presence online and everything. What were you doing before Instagram and before all the social media stuff?
So I actually worked full time in a mental facility.
Really?
I'm also an Army vet, so I did 4 years active Army, military police. I did a 15-month tour in Iraq.
Wow.
And then I got out, honorably discharged, did 3 years reserve, moved back to Boston. And so I started the YouTube. I was kind of fucked up for a little bit. I
Wait,
had
can we just talk
PTSD.
about the Army shit a little bit more? Like, what was all that like? Was it doing the 15-month tour and stuff? Like, was there
fucking
anything
wild.
It was wild. You saw a
Yeah.
lot of crazy shit.
Yeah, luckily I never saw like women and children shot and shit, but we were at Camp Echo in Diwania. We did private security and escorts for the president of Iraq, prime minister, when Barack came over. So, and then we were training Iraqi police. So we were out every single day, but our base, Camp Echo, got rocket or mortar attacked every day. So you come back at like, you're trying to sleep after an 18, 19-hour mission. You go in and boom, like, gotta head to the bunker. They love doing that type of shit.
Really?
Yeah. It's different, man. Like, you get used to it, which is really crazy, but then you think you're used to it, like your body adjusts, but then you come back here and you're just fucked. Like,
Really?
can't sleep, constant panic, anxiety, and then you're actually almost scared to be back in America. So, yeah, my mental health, it took me a while to start getting like into the creativity and get a job. I tried to go to college, but my PTSD, my anxiety and panic was so bad, I couldn't even sit in class.
So you don't even seem like you got it bad, but it still was enough that it completely like changed your whole.
You're seeing me now. 7 years ago, I would never have made it here.
Really?
And like a big part was her, because she's a traveler. So when I met her, she really got me way out of my comfort zone. I didn't leave Massachusetts for 8 years, and she was traveling to Hawaii and all this and that. And she's like, if you're going to be with me, you got to travel. So she booked Mexico.
Okay.
And Dude, it was like a breakthrough.
Really?
When I got to Mexico, I'm like, holy shit, this anxiety and stuff really wasn't real. It was holding me back.
Wow, you're so young to have had all these experiences. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, I was 19. So,
oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
and then, I worked full time for the State Department of Mental Health in the behavioral unit, violent behavioral unit, like crazy shit, like
Oh, wow.
in a huge psych ward. I'd be walking him down one day, and this dude smashed his head through a 7-pane glass, grabbed a shard, some crazy, crazy stuff. So I was doing that, and then I started filming for YouTube before I met the love of my life, and started gaining some notoriety on there.
Doing what kind of stuff on YouTube before you met her?
So I did some crazy shit. One of ones that started going really big was I'd meet up with Tinder girls, and we would vape, and I would pretend it's THC. So I would be like, yeah, you're gonna get high. There's nothing in it. So all of a sudden they're acting all high and all jacked up, but there was nothing in it.
How did you think of this?
I'm just
This is
always
candy.
thinking, always thinking. It never stops. But then I met her, and we were just gonna hang out.
Was it on a Tinder date?
No,
I was never on
just
Tinder.
mutual friends.
Okay.
I actually hit her up, and I was like, hey, I need someone to do makeup for a Halloween prank or something like that. And she didn't even know who the hell I was. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna charge you.
Yeah, I was like, for a certain fee, we can figure it out. I
So
was a
you-
makeup artist before
right,
doing
okay.
videos.
She still
full-time.
does it. She's a
I
professional
still-
makeup artist.
Yeah, still
So she
jab
does
her in some
weddings.
weddings, make the
But,
brides look beautiful.
Nice.
She's had an interest in too. You work three jobs at a time, and she was
Yeah,
making more money than me,
bartender, Nightlife, makeup artist.
doing it all, making more money than me then.
And that you had 3 jobs when you met him?
Yeah, 2 to 3 jobs. Met him. We were friends for 3 months, and then one day it was like no longer friend zone. And then
Dude, the first time we hung out was the funniest because she's a smoker. She smokes weed. I don't really smoke, but I had to be cool. I had to smoke with her. So I got lit, dude. I was in fucking Narnia. I don't remember much, but it went well. And then we saw the largest shooting star ever.
yeah,
And that was our first date.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it
started
wasn't
off
date.
good.
We were friends. And then tell him how you knew you liked me.
he brought me coffee to work, and my vagina told me that I liked him.
Oh.
She's
And
always said that.
From the
I
coffee?
just got
or?
a little horny. Yeah,
Okay.
he came in, and I was like, "What is this feeling? Haven't felt this for 3 months." And then I was like, "Uh oh." Then I got the butterflies, and then the excitement, and
Really?
I was like, "Oh, I gotta look good with this kid."
And you guys both lived in Massachusetts at this time?
Yep.
Where at?
North Shore. So near like Salem, Mass. Famous Salem. We lived there for a little bit.
I'm from Nashville, New Hampshire, so
I was
okay.
telling her
it's
that.
close to home. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then the first video we ever did together, I gave her female Viagra, and that did over 300 million views in the first week.
Wow.
Everybody
On
shared it.
Instagram? Oh, you're
Facebook.
talking about like all these pages
No,
combined, or
just Facebook.
Just
Our
Facebook?
video. It's like up to 500 something million now.
Wow. So do you do crazier numbers on Facebook than on Instagram?
Currently, Instagram's very, very bad right now.
Really?
If you haven't noticed.
I saw you getting like 500,000 likes on all your posts, so I thought it seemed pretty good.
We still do very well, but I'm really into the algorithms, and I help a lot of people grow. I do a lot of crazy shit behind that people don't even know. Like I run some massive Instagrams, and
Really?
yeah, I do a lot of stuff people don't know. I grow Instagrams. I show them how to actually use it. Big companies, some of them I can't really say because of NDAs, but I have my hands in a lot of crazy shit.
Oh, we got to talk more about that. Okay, but so you guys meet, and you gave her a female Viagra.
Yeah, I gave her a female Viagra.
How was that? It does what it's supposed to do.
It worked.
Yeah,
I
it worked
mean,
a little bit. Yeah, it worked.
It felt
Little
good,
bit,
but not
yeah.
like insane.
It was like not from America. I don't even know where he
From
ordered
Canada.
it from online, some crazy site. But
That's all I remember. It was from Canada, and it was called Lady
Lady-
Era.
Yeah.
Don't
Wow.
go out there. I wouldn't go try it nowadays. It was kind of risky,
Oh,
but
but so they do have female Viagra now. It's not just giving a girl a regular Viagra.
they do. Yeah. I wonder what happens if you do give a. I've never
No,
thought
I
of
think,
it.
don't
they, I
think it
think
works.
I think they do that. Like I've heard about girls
should have her try
partying
it.
on it over the years
Oh,
and
really?
stuff, but I don't really
Maybe
know.
it keeps him like awake. Like I don't know.
I mean, I'll pop them whenever. You've heard of Blue Chew. I worked with Blue Chew for a long time.
Right.
Since Blue Chew, I was the first person to ever work with Blue Chew.
I've done a bunch of ads for him, and I'm thinking about actually
Nice.
trying it at some point.
Blue Chew works.
I tried it. Oh, the first time we ever filmed, I kept taking them because we had to reshoot the scene. I was fucking stiff as a board.
Really? You took a
Yeah.
bunch of Blue Chews?
Yeah, the whole time we were filming, we had to redo the scene. You know how when you got to redo a scene,
Yeah, but couldn't you like take a Skittle and just sort of pretend or something?
I got to do it live, you know?
It's really
Like,
a blue pill.
So I just kept taking them. I took like 3 or 4 of them.
Holy shit!
And you could see in the video, people were like, why is his face so red? Because blood was rushing all over the place.
How long does that last?
That day, I probably should have called the doctor because after 4 hours, you're supposed to call. I was stiff as a board for a while, man.
I've been too scared to do it.
I had to
That
tuck
sounds
it in my
amazing.
No,
waistband.
just take like one. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to take
No,
four.
no, don't
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah,
guys
it's
will be
legit.
happy.
It's real. It's Cetaphil and it's Tadalafil or whatever it's called. It's legit. It's 100% real.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like my tongue was blue because it turns your tongue blue, and I kept taking them.
Oh, wow.
And like we kept filming, and as we were filming, the blood starts
Yeah,
to
his
rush,
cheeks get very
really
flushed.
and then it just hits you. And
All
I was
the
like,
blood
Instagram's
starts
so
flowing.
strict. You can't be having a helmet showing in your sweatpants, so I had to tuck it up my waistband. But that's
A helmet.
it happens all the time. And then she wears those crazy yoga pants, and then after we film, we literally send our manager and our filmer, people home. We bang.
Get
Like,
out. Yeah.
See you later.
We bang.
See you later. But
So you guys, the sexual part of it was a big part of what brought you guys together at first, or?
just very attracted. We were very attracted to each other.
Yeah, it was his personality, and like again, we started off as friends, so I was super comfortable with him, and I felt like I could be myself, no makeup, and I could still just chill with this kid. He was awesome, and then
Kid, calling him a kid is such a fucking Boston thing
Let's
to
go,
say.
kid.
yeah, sorry,
This kid.
that's kid,
Fucking kid.
this fucking guy.
That's dope. So okay, so you started kind of doing this stuff together, but was that 300 million views? Was that your first like
Big together. No, that was our first video together.
first video, and it went insanely
It was
viral?
Insane.
insane. Yeah, I was not the one to be like, oh my God, we have to film. But he was filming all the time. He was working full time for the state. And when he had free time, he was filming. And I'm like, well, if we're going to be together, you're filming so much. He's like, just do it with me. Just do one video. And I was like, not my thing. I was like, whatever, I'll do
You
it.
weren't like big on social media at the time?
No, not at all. Like, not at all. So
Which
was
I feel like is more
whatever.
normal on the East Coast.
Probably, yeah.
You can just not
definitely
really
more
be that
East
into
Coast.
social media, whereas everybody in LA is trying to like basically do this like Kylie Jenner wannabe
It
thing.
absolutely
Right.
blows our mind because
Yeah.
we're literally, as we speak, about 400 to 500 away from 10 million on TikTok in 9 months that we've been on there. So we're
9
gonna hit it
months?
while we're on this podcast. Yeah, 9 months.
Dear God.
I hit 1 million on Instagram. We got your page pretty quick too, but I had Hammy TV at like 100,000, but then we met and we got to 1 million in like, I don't know, a month and a half back then when Instagram used to pop. Instagram's not really the it app anymore. TikTok is, that's it.
Even with the reels and stuff, you don't feel like there's like an opportunity for exponential growth on Instagram?
No, I think right now, if my recommendation was if you're getting into social media, make an Instagram, but make a TikTok, connect them, and go hard on TikTok because TikTok is absolutely the exposure you get is ridiculous, nuts. Where else are you can't even barely grow on Instagram. They
Yeah.
know it too. They know they have that issue.
Hopefully it will change and go back to the
Facebook
days,
was
but-
jacked up for a while. Now that's really good. You can get crazy views on Facebook.
Really?
So hopefully they fix the whole Instagram thing. But honestly, when an app stops innovating and is just ripping other apps like Reels, all these little stitch things side by side, that's a TikTok thing. The Reels is 100% TikTok. Everything's TikTok. And they're like, new feature. It's not a new feature. You're getting it from TikTok.
Right.
It's a dominant platform.
But wait, was this like a real eye-opening experience when you're like, oh, like people would way rather see me and my girl than just me?
No, I think it just connected really well. We had a lot of fun filming anyway, so it's like, I'm like, we can go far with this. Like, nobody's doing this type of stuff,
Right.
And obviously, you see our stuff. It's more sexual, funny, but still very relatable for couples. And
Right.
so after that, we just started
That was
smashing
like
it.
4.5 years ago, we started together. And
And
now,
was it overwhelming? Just all of a sudden having all these eyeballs on you and you hadn't had that before?
yeah, it was a little, you hear judgment from your friends that you went to high school with, and you start hearing people from, close, your friends and stuff. So that was a little weird, but then they just started seeing the success, and, we got a ton of support, ton of love.
They basically make fun of you when you start.
Oh yeah.
And then-
they'll make fun of you no matter
There's
what.
And
nothing
then
cool
you
about
start
being like a
making it.
podcaster with no views or an Instagram account
Right?
trying to go viral, but you're not. It's like that whole period before it starts working is that's the hard part.
Right.
But that's when you meet the real people who are like, oh, okay, Adam, like, I don't really know you, but I'm going to come on. That's a real person. Like, particularly if they're bigger at the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's always like, you're never going to forget that. I'm sure there's people you've had on here when you weren't that big and you're like, oh, fuck, they're
Right.
coming. You're all excited. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't all this. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you get the real deal coming on. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. Like, they make fun of you when you start. They make fun of you when you're big. We don't really fucking care at all.
yeah, it's been a
Like,
fun ride.
It's been real fun.
At a certain point, you just got to kind of block out as much of the criticism as possible, and just unless it's something that you like can learn from.
I think
Exactly.
I just remember for some reason you with Lil Peep when he passed and like you had that awesome interview and you put a thing up and you had to turn your comments off because everyone's like saying that you're looking for clout and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Dude, you put it up and you were just like, you were one of the first to ever interview this guy. Like nobody would ever know any connection that you have with him. And
I feel like you're potentially kind of like misremembering it though, because we didn't put that interview out until after he died, like the full interview, because it had never been out.
maybe it was that, but I just remember you were like, rest in peace.
Because we had no audio.
It was crazy.
That was the problem with that one.
People are gonna hate no matter. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are. So
That's a big part of it, is just getting past giving a shit about what people have to say about you. Yeah.
I know. I agree 100%.
I had somebody interviewing me recently, and they were like, when you first started, did people really hate on you? I'm like, no, that's not your problem in the beginning. Your problem in the beginning is that nobody cares. And everyone's ignoring you. Nobody knows who you are. Like,
100%.
now getting hated on is more of a thing that, like, whatever, I don't fucking care. But it's still like, now I get hated on. When you first start, you're really actually kind of lucky because you don't have people to even know what you're doing to hate on you.
I know. I think, and then I think a lot of people start to turn off their creativity in that sense because you have a large audience and you kind of get scared to try new shit.
Yeah.
Which I've even found myself in that. I'm like, I don't know if they'll like this, but the out of pocket stuff is always what does the best. You know, and sometimes it puts you a little bit in the box when you get bigger.
Right.
It's like a creative trap, you know, and you see it all the time, even with rappers. Their best shit was back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Now it sucks, or, you know, you see it all the time. Same with creativity.
Yeah, you're just gonna run out of ideas, or your ideas are gonna not be as fresh at a certain point. It's just like inevitable that you know your initial wave of ideas, and you see that with Instagram type like skit maker type people all the time, because it's just hard to keep thinking of new things, and if you can't keep that going, it's just super difficult.
Definitely, yeah. I got like notebooks and notebooks of stuff. Just never stops coming. But then also our life's evolving. So like now we're really married, you know, like, oh shit, they're really in love, like they're really married, and we're gonna start hitting YouTube hard, you know, next.
I saw you've been doing a little bit of it, but not a ton.
Just dabbling. I'll kind of really search and find people who are expert, call them, figure it out first, and then start to really do it correct to save me more time.
Right. Do you think that there's like a giant difference between what people want in terms of short form content on like TikTok or Instagram versus like the audience on YouTube, where it's like, here's me doing stuff for 10 minutes. It's almost like YouTube is like more of a real version of you, whereas like on the TikTok and Instagram stuff, you can kind of like do a lot without really having to get deep.
Yeah, I would say sometimes a lot of the stuff, she has a big part in it. Like, I'll show her, I'll be like, what do you think? Do you think it's too long? Do you think it's too quick? Our attention span, our average attention span is 7 seconds now. And you get that 3-second window to really get them. But TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, one video that we make will be edited, re-edited differently. Facebook the longest, Instagram medium, TikTok the quickest.
Right.
All different audiences, different generations.
Do you do any of your own editing at this point, or you have it all?
I do it all.
You do everything?
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yeah. I have to, because it's such a big process. Everything has to be a certain way when I do it. So YouTube, I think I'll be able to get someone on because it's so much longer. It's not as precise, but every little facial reaction, sound, things I add has to be done correct, or it's not going to go big.
Right.
So.
But you actually know how to use these apps and stuff. Like I would never be able to upload our own TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's the best right now. I just got David Spade on it a day and a half ago, verified. He's at 1 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's huge. TikTok's the biggest.
How do you know David Spade?
We know everybody. I know so many people.
That blue check mark.
Blue check mark works.
You just tapped in with him at some point? And...
So, I mean, I met Chris Titone, and shout out to Chris. He is part of the Sandler Happy Madison crew and a lot of Sandler's films, and he came out to Boston. They were filming at the time. And he liked our content. We collabed with him, and then I got a small role in Adam Sandler's video that was being shot in Boston. So I met Sandler, I met his crew.
How was that?
It was amazing.
How much face time you actually get there?
Not very quick. Very quick. I did do a few scenes. One was even talking, but they cut it out. I just got like a very quick in the beginning of that Halloween movie, Huey's Halloween. I'm right there.
Dope,
yeah, it was like really eye opening. And now Chris actually they're filming right now. He just got one of his scripts that he's been writing for years approved. The Home Team, I think it is, or something like that. He wrote the whole thing, and now he's filming with Kevin James. He's best friends with who's the kid?
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner. They're all in it. They're filming that. And then David
big
Spade.
connection.
Yeah, it's just David Spade. It's just I talk to him every day. He's just a funny fuck.
Right.
We were just with Leslie Jordan. We filmed a skit with him yesterday.
Nice.
Tons of people. I'm not really someone who posted on IG, but now I do like to collab. Like we're supposed to go see The Game, the rapper, after this.
Really?
And make a video, yeah.
Oh wow, that's funny.
It's just like all over, you know?
It must be easier to get The Game to do a relationship skit than an interview.
Maybe.
Because he's made it very clear to me, like, I fuck with you, I like you, but I'm not doing an interview.
That's right. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I just, that stuff's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And I think we can fit a lot of people in. And now I'm like, we built this all with no collab.
Right.
Nothing. I'm not from Hollywood. I don't have a
All
mommy
from
and daddy.
Massachusetts.
All from Mass.
Right.
I don't have.
So once you started going viral, though, did you immediately? And I'm gonna fucking eat this fly.
I
but
see
just
that
get
thing.
the fuck out of here. Once you started getting it going, did you just naturally sort of gravitate towards like understanding the nuances of like how to actually blow content up and all that kind of stuff? Because that a lot of people start to do good on these platforms and they just sort of throw caution to the wind and just see how it performs, right?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of science and psychology behind it. So when I was on YouTube before I was with her, I had YouTube videos that I was producing, and they were doing well, like really well. And one of the first ones I had is I rented a bum hotel, and I put a fake ad up looking for porn stars to audition in the hotel. And so I got these girls in the hotel, random girls. One was a teacher, I had to blur her face and stuff, to audition for porn. There's no porn, obviously, like a fake casting. Of course, I had to keep it like rated a certain level because this is going on YouTube. But like I had one girl singing Backstreet Boys into a dildo, like as a mic, like that's her audition. Crazy stuff.
Right.
So it went viral, but then these guys reached out to me and they're like, listen, like we found you, your stuff is good, but you need to do it certain ways. There's certain things that are missing. And so these guys own some massive websites. So they needed someone to create videos for their websites. Because, so what I would do is I'd create a video, I would produce it, they would look at it, send it back sometimes 10, 15, 20 times, be like, nope. And then I started learning. I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. And I would upload it to my YouTube. They would embed it on their website and then share across all their Facebook pages. They had millions in Facebook meme pages and all that, and they would blow it up and get it going on YouTube.
Right.
And they were getting the money from the ads, of course. So the video would start going viral on Facebook. All these people, all the clicks, the only way to watch it was it's embedded on the website.
Right.
And then we would also be tricking the YouTube algo. So that's when I really started with these guys. And they write like commercials for Coca-Cola, Nike, all these commercials.
Wow.
Big people. So they taught me how to really create a video, what you know, down to the thumbnail, colors of your shirt, titles, all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
So that's when I really learned. And then over the years, you just get so good at it. Like, almost everything we upload is viral. Like, some sense, something in it, whether it's relatable or whatnot, it's going to go big.
Wow.
Unless the algorithm screws me. Like, Instagram's been really screwing us lately, but
Really?
a lot of changes, quick.
Yeah.
And it's messing up the whole...
But what do you think that they're trying to like deprioritize?
Instagram's tricky. So they got rid of Chrono. You remember Chronological order.
posts
They got rid
in
of that
general.
because they don't want to put all the good stuff at the top because you're not going to scroll, right? Every time you
Right.
scroll, you see more ads. So they want people to have a user experience. No, they want people to see more ads so they can get more revenue.
Okay. That
You
makes
can't.
sense,
You put
yeah.
all the good stuff at the top. Up there's the good stuff. Boom, it stops. But when you mix it,
And now at this point, there's not even a way to set your feed to chronological, huh? On
no,
Instagram?
I wish.
That'd be so nice because like I'm the kind of person where I want to feel like I'm looking at what I'm looking at in its entirety. Like on Twitter, I like it. I wake up in the morning and I might only make it through like 2 or 3 hours of the most recent tweets.
Yeah.
But at least I feel like I saw everything within that span. That feels like satisfactory to me. When I look at Instagram and I feel like I could refresh it 1,000 times, it's gonna keep showing me shit. It's I don't know.
I think she's actually better to ask about it because she's more of a user experience.
Right.
Like, I'm more analytical what's going on, but like she likes the shopping.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of your biggest things that you like. It
So
just-
the Instagram feature of shopping.
but me, I would never think of that.
Me neither. My girl's the same way. My girl buys clothes and all kinds of bullshit off of Instagram. I
Right,
was
like the
I've
ads are
never,
working for me.
I've never even looked at the
Never
shopping
looked.
section ever.
Never. And she told me that
No,
she
it's
goes,
so easy. You just click, and then it's like shop pay, and then it's 2 buttons, and then it's at your house. Like
Never
in
done
3
it.
days. It's great. I like that option.
I'm the
but-
worst possible consumer for that because I literally do not buy anything, and there's nothing that I've ever bought online.
Yeah,
so it's
same
like
here.
there's nothing that they could ever make me want to buy because I just would never buy anything.
Like I just asked her, and I'm like, oh, like what? Like this sucks. Like what do you use it for? She goes, oh, shopping. I was like, I've never bought one thing. I don't even know what the tab is.
Right.
But obviously, and they're getting revenue off of that, of course. You know, so
that's why they fucked the whole app up and put all this ugly ass shit just to prioritize the shopping
it's
experience.
yeah. Oh, it's all money. Doesn't matter what they say. It's not the user experience.
It used to feel so much better when you could just like even things like the middle button to post.
Like
And
they
now
changed
it's-
stuff so much I don't even know. Like we got
Yeah.
6.3 mil. I just wanted to do a carousel the other day, and like now you got to hold it to do it.
What's a carousel?
Carousel's like when you do like a album. So
Okay.
like picture, 6 pictures.
Oh, I have a bunch of
So
okay.
carousel. I was like, I don't even know how to do this. I have no idea. Luckily, I have a whole team on IG who like updates me on anything that's changing. Like, oh, you got to hold it now, press it, and then you can select more than one photo at a time.
Really?
It's just so much. It's too much for that app.
Yeah.
IGTV, Reels, carousels, it's too much.
Once you try to make something everything to everybody, it just inevitably just starts to feel horrible. But I mean, they don't want to cede any ground to other startups. They don't want to let Snapchat have stories. They don't want to like just allow you to buy all this shit off Pinterest, but you can't do that on Instagram.
Yeah.
They want to be everything to everybody. And I mean, Facebook is the truly horrendous user experience that's hard to even wrap your head around how this
Yeah.
is so bad.
I mean, Instagram, I don't even look at Explore because it's just not even stuff I really like. I don't
Right.
know, but my favorite's TikTok. She doesn't like TikTok. She doesn't
I
use
enjoy
it.
the For You page, yeah.
My For You page is fire. Like,
It makes me feel like I'm really learning about the internet and like what's going on in things because I've never really liked anything or
Yeah.
curated my feed at all. So it's just the most random shit, and I enjoy it.
I think people don't look at it like this. You used to become Instagram famous, right?
Yeah.
Bonk Gang, all these people, Supreme
Boom
Patty,
gang.
Boom.
We got to get you.
sorry, bonkies. And all these people would blow up. Now it's TikTok. You blow up on TikTok. All
Right.
the trends you see on Instagram are from TikTok.
Right.
Instagram's downloads are going down. TikTok is still flying, even through that whole bullshit with the president and everything. Still cranking. Innovative as hell.
Yeah, and I see how it's appealing to people in a way that Instagram isn't. Like I know random girls who got one TikTok, they got 300,000 views one time, and now they are cranking out content every day, all day, just trying to recapture that one day that they had a post that got them like 2,000 new followers.
Yeah.
Instagram doesn't feel that way.
No, Instagram is very unpredictable.
Right.
Like we're just. Do you know Leslie Jordan at all? He's the funny.
Not by
What is he?
name, at
What's he
least.
most famous for? Will and
He
Grace.
was in Will and Grace back in the day.
The little
He's like a
older man, Southern.
cutie.
He's funny. But
Can we
he's,
Google him?
yeah, you'll know if you see him. Leslie Jordan. You'll know if you pull him up. He's hilarious. Leslie Jordan, yeah. He's been in American Horror Story. You know who he is. Oh, you can get a picture of him right here. Perfect. You'll know when you see him. But like even then, they just all of a sudden when people are mentioning,
Oh, this guy. Okay.
He's
you
so
got to
sweet.
know him, right? You've seen
I've
him.
seen him, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's hilarious. So he was like, yeah, we mentioned him in a story. He goes, dude, I can't even see my stories mentions. Like there's always bugs. No
Right.
other app crashes like that.
Yeah.
Like they're just putting way too much on it.
I had to have it in my bio that I can't see my DMs for like months because I just couldn't refresh my DMs. I couldn't see past like an hour worth of DMs, and I just had to deal with it. And now I can see my DMs again, and I'm like, wow, I can really actually see what people are trying to say to me. This is wild.
Yeah, I don't
know why that was fucked up. I had a
TikTok's
lot of other
it.
people tell me the same thing though.
TikTok's it.
Yeah.
It's just such free explore. Like
Yeah.
everybody blows up off of TikTok. All trends start on TikTok.
It is
So when
pretty
people are
crazy,
like,
huh?
yo, how should I start on IG? I'm like, make an IG, go to TikTok, connect your TikTok to your Instagram, and make everything for TikTok.
I saw a TikTok account with this guy who's in prison, and
Oh shit, I've seen that.
he was making tons of
Oh, he's
videos.
cooking, right?
500,000
Yeah.
followers or some shit, and it had the link to his Instagram. I look at his Instagram, he's got like 3,000 followers, and I started messaging him, and he's like, yeah, I'm doing 15 years, and he's like, I wish the clout translated to my Instagram too.
You
Like,
can
Yeah.
if you got to just keep posting a lot. That's like
Yeah.
one of the biggest tricks. We've been consistent. I don't think we've ever even missed maybe a week of posting within the last 3 years.
right.
Always will have content.
On Instagram or TikTok?
Well, in TikTok, I wasn't using it then. I've only been on not just about a year now.
Okay.
But yeah, Instagram, Facebook, we switch it up.
Right.
But yeah, it's
TikTok we post every single day.
2 times a day.
IG is like every 2-3 days, sometimes every other day.
Do you feel pressure to like put together all this content, or does it ever stop being fun?
I like it. I enjoy it. I think we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we keep it because, we'll work really hard for 2 months and then it's like we'll go on vacation for a full week. And then that's when we unwind.
Vacation
And
we
where
still
you
film.
make a million more videos.
Yeah, we still film. But I feel a lot better.
I
Like
know he works me to the ground, to be honest. But
Right.
I work
fine.
her.
Because it feels like he is kind of like the energy behind this. Like how do you manage to fit in, and how have you found your role in all this?
Well, I am the other half of Hammy TV,
Right.
so
Yeah.
we got fans. 50% of them follow for him, and the other 50 follow for me.
Feels like
Actually,
it's 50-50?
It's not. No, it's actually more. Our male audience is what
70-30.
75% male.
Really?
70-30,
Yeah.
and then TikTok's 50-50.
So
Wow,
there's
that's
a lot
interesting.
of
I think there's a
guys
lot
that
more
follow us.
females though on TikTok than there is on Instagram. Seems like
Yeah, definitely.
a more female, but
But
she
yeah,
does a
they-
lot. All the bookings,
It's the relatability.
Airbnbs,
People
everything.
love
She does
the
it.
couple situation. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I look at my explore page on Instagram, it is literally all hot girls wearing yoga pants, or wearing fucking Lululemon or whatever. And when I look at the For You tab on TikTok, it's like all this interesting stuff. I'm like, in
Isn't it
terms of
crazy?
discovery, Instagram is just trying to say, oh, we noticed that you like looking at good-looking women, so we're just gonna cram this
that in.
full of it. It's just like, it's not. I mean, they really have to like figure out how to make that shit more dynamic.
Like I said, Facebook was very bad for a while. Now it's really good. So
Yeah.
I have faith that Instagram will come out with something. Reels was doing really good for a while, but you still weren't getting the growth. Like
Right.
you can get 10, 15 million on a video, and you're just not growing that much.
Yeah.
So they get a lot to figure out.
Yeah.
I
I got all these reels with millions of views, and it doesn't really.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't
It doesn't
feel like
really
there's
make sense.
followers that come with it.
It's
Yeah.
very weird, and the stuff we make is like you're gonna follow. That's why we've grown so much on TikTok. Like these people are wild. Like you got to follow. It's made to follow. So when you're not really getting them, you're like, who's seeing this? Where's the views coming from?
Right.
So
IGTV too. It just shows everything to your current followers. It doesn't really help you grow with it.
No,
right? Yeah.
no, same thing. And now IGTV was really big for a while. They pushed that. They gave you more reach, and now it's like it's not really even using it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Instagram's a mystery.
So from you guys' perspective, what is it that really makes a video that your fans will love in terms of like, having made these kind of videos over and over and over, what's really the thing that connects with people?
being perverted,
Really?
perverts, yeah.
Relatable.
The more sexual, the better?
Yeah.
Yeah, and relatable.
so,
I would say relatability, of course,
Uh-huh.
mixed with the sexual vibe,
Right.
kills it.
Interesting.
And then one niche. I think that's something that people mess up a lot in, is like they go all over in different niches. We're just one niche. We've always been one niche.
in
Couple.
terms of just relationship stuff.
If you're a gamer, just do gaming. Don't start going fucking trying this and that. It may not work at first, but stick to the gaming.
Right.
Couple. That's it. Couple is all we do.
Yeah.
One niche and smash the niche.
Yeah.
That's it.
Interesting.
But it's always worked out. I mean, she's hot as fuck, so.
You think it's a big
Yeah,
part
it
of it? You feel like it's an uneven exchange in that regard? I kind of feel it with my girl too. Like nobody would want to be looking at me do this, but
I
I'm
think-
talking about porn. But
I mean, yeah, she's beautiful. Who wouldn't want to look at a beautiful girl? So, I mean,
Right.
I think, and then mixed with just the crazy. I mean, I make fun of myself, like, oh, I have a small dick, and which, this and that. And they really like that too.
really,
Like making fun of yourself.
Yeah, just not taking, we don't take ourselves too seriously and have fun, keep it relatable. We're couples, everyone's in a relationship. If they're not, they want to be in one. So they're like, let's
Yeah.
watch these crazy fucking weirdos.
It's crazy because I put up polls. Like our story views are crazy. We get like 1 million views on stories. Just our story views alone.
why do you think that is?
Because something's wrong with Instagram. How can you get millions and millions on your stories, but like our videos still do really well, but like getting 195 to 200,000 likes on a reel, that's not
Right.
correct. We get like 400,000 or 500,000. So I know when it's off. I can tell. And then stories are usually lower, but for some reason they're cranking.
Yeah.
So something's weird.
Weird app.
Very weird. Everything's weird. I can't figure it out. It used to be my favorite too.
Right.
Before Facebook took it over, that shit was lit.
I don't understand Facebook itself at all. The most fucked up thing about it is I know people who are making like $100,000 a month off fucking or plus off Facebook ads, and then just get it removed. You gotta wait 2 months, 3
Yeah,
months.
I
Like
do
what
see that.
is that?
I know.
It's like Facebook jail, Instagram jail. They put you in jail.
It's like you want people to like use your platform enough that they can form businesses off it, but then you make it so that it's basically completely impossible for you to have any sort of comfort in the money that you're bringing in.
That was like we were with the head of Inked Mag, and they ran into that issue. He's like, dude, I have all this content. They just keep flagging me.
Right.
And they got like something crazy, like 12 million or something.
Yeah, and it's about things that don't even make sense. Like
it's inked, like whatever, dude. Like girls are gonna have it weird spots. Not like they're showing like twat, you know what I'm saying? But and he was saying the same thing.
Yeah. Like we had a post go up on our Facebook page that made us lose our monetization for multiple months, where it was literally just a copyrighted music thing. Like it just had music from some artist. Like compare that to YouTube or Instagram. You can just it doesn't matter. TikTok, they encourage it.
Makes no sense.
It's insane.
And then you can't even appeal it.
And you're the biggest fucking company in the world, and you can't figure out a way to make your biggest creators. Like I can't even understand if you have like a couple thousand followers or whatever, then maybe you don't get the level of care or whatever. But there can only be so many people that are getting millions and millions of views on everything they post. It seems like you would want to encourage them.
I know. It's crazy. I noticed that smaller accounts, they let grow. But once you hit, people are like, yeah, I'm at 300,000, I'm growing quick. I'm like, dude, wait till you get to 3-4 million. You're not going to grow.
Oh, yeah.
They're just going to keep it to your audience. Most people lose because they're not getting the explore. Any social media platform that you post on, you will lose right away. People are seeing it, it's like, they unfollow, whatever. You're going to lose. But a good social media app has enough discovery and explore to replace so you can grow. TikTok, we're growing 130 to 140,000 a week on TikTok.
Right.
You don't notice that. Instagram, we're pretty much just lose, then we'll gain a little, lose. That means that nobody's hitting the explore. We're not getting discovered.
Yeah.
So where is the issue? Like, what are they doing wrong? You know? But of course, you got pay to play.
Yeah.
So sponsored post. But
you do any of that? You put money into it?
No, never. No. Okay. But what I'm saying is when you go on the explore and you're scrolling, there's a sponsor. They're going to take your spot. They're going to take your spot. They just paid. So it's like, you can't start on Instagram anymore. You can't.
Yeah.
Anyone you see grow on Instagram is because they blew up on TikTok or YouTube. You don't blow up on Instagram anymore.
How did you monetize early on? When did you first start to be like, oh, wow, I'm making a decent amount of money off this? And how do you guys monetize these days?
So the first time was I was working and still building my Instagram, which if there's people out there in social media listening, stay at your job as long as you can. Yeah. Some of these people, they get $5,000 brand deal and they're like, oh, I'm good. No. And then they're selling their soul for all these brand deals and they're fucking killing their audience. And you see it over and over. We're very patient. And after we had about 1.5 million when we got our first brand. Yeah. I would say it was right around there. And I made my whole year's salary on one brand deal.
Right.
And I just was patiently turning down everyone. I was like, no, this isn't going to work. No, I don't want to just do one post. You know, I want something long term. I want something to go with our brand better. So we finally met a brand and they went long term. And then not only that, I made my whole year's salary at my job. And I was like, okay, I think now I can do this full time.
Now I can quit.
And that was after still doing IG and still having 2 million on Facebook and 1.5 million on IG, but I was still working.
Right.
I was like, not yet. And now it's the same thing. We only do massive brand deals.
Right.
If long term, we get hundreds and hundreds of messages every day for brand deals, but super picky. We love our audience.
Yeah.
Our audience goes first. If I don't like it, she doesn't like it, we don't think our audience will like it, it's something we won't use, then we won't do it. There's no way.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Like in terms of, we on No Jumper, that's the account where we'll sell Instagram posts to up and coming artists and that kind of stuff. You can actually just engage with that if you want. In terms of my personal social media, I've really never felt comfortable with just slamming a bunch of shit down people's throats. And even putting the artists out to people is one thing. It's another thing. Okay, what I will not do is everybody keeps messaging me trying to get me to do these fucking crypto scam brand deals.
God, I know.
And it's listen, I know there's probably a really big bag. I don't even want to know what the bag is because it's probably so big, but I'm not going to fucking scam you. I would feel terrible about myself. I already have enough money to not do that.
Yeah. It's good, because once you make enough money, then you're really patient with brand deals.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. That's my biggest piece of advice. You've seen so many people burn out, drink Bang Energy, and then the next day, drink Celsius. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, which one is it? Like, holy shit. We've never done Bang Energy. We've
Really?
never done Fashion Nova.
Really?
We've never done any of them.
Why are you turning down those ones?
It's cliche. Everybody's doing it. Plus, we don't wear that welfare shit.
Shout out to Fashion Nova.
Fashion. No, it's not that. It's just too many
this
people.
This is a free speech podcast.
No. It's not even. It's nothing against the brand. It's just so many people are doing it. I feel like I like to do stuff that not everybody's doing.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing it. There's nothing wrong. They have good clothes. They do have a good, like, I know you do some of their stuff, and
Right.
some of it really is good. It's totally fine.
The best.
The best in the world. But yeah, we just, anything that a lot of people are doing, it doesn't matter whether it's Bang or Fashion Nova, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. I don't know why. I like different, you know?
Respect.
And I just don't, like you said, I just would feel bad. Like,
Right.
hey, audience, you know, like, but am I really going to wear it out? You know, like, I don't know. I'm a very big user.
Have you guys ever thought about doing your own products? Like, I remember Lana Rhodes at one point had a dick pill company. Her own. And I thought that was
You've
pretty
mentioned it.
interesting.
Yeah.
about the
well, he wanted to do
dildo
like
company?
he wanted to do some fashion stuff, but I'm like,
But more of the sex toy stuff is such a good industry, too. We worked
bet.
long term with Blue Chew. Shout out to Blue. I love Blue Chew.
But you stopped?
No.
No,
Oh,
never.
okay.
No. So
Never.
no.
Blue Chew fam.
I've met them from the beginning. I was the first influencer, her and I, to make it with them. I can't discuss numbers, but when I first met them, it was low, below
Really?
6 figure. Now it's way past 8 figures
Wow.
a month.
That's dope. I got to get something consistent going with them. We've done a bunch of random deals.
Let
but
me know. I was just
Yeah.
there. We're doing professional commercials with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
For they're gonna get them on TV eventually, and yeah, they're doing great. Like
Dope.
all the owners and everybody. I was just in Chicago with all of them. Been with them forever. The best. It's the best, and our fans love it.
I
They're
always
like,
have other people trying to get me to do deals with them, and they're like, "Oh, I can get you so much money from Blue Chew." I'm like, "Fuck you, bro! Like, what do you?"
no.
Let me out of
It
this.
doesn't even work. They have like 3 people that would answer that call,
Right.
and that's it. Everybody's always talk. Most likely, these people would come to me. They'd be like, "Yo, what do you think?" That's how it works.
Right.
It's just nuts. Nobody sees all this stuff.
You
but-
don't do the numbing dick cloth that you like wipe your penis with. I just found out about
No,
this.
I
way.
heard
about
It
that.
numbs your dick.
Why would you want that?
Because it kills the pre-com,
'Cause
right?
then you won't bust as fast, which I don't want to give out too much information, but might be kind of an issue for me right now in my
Wait,
life.
but doesn't it kill the pre-com too?
I don't know.
That's what I thought it was.
I think it's more about numbing your shit, but the pre-cum.
Why would you want a
But
numb
can you
stick
feel
though? What are you
it?
doing?
Because I think the idea is that it's for guys who are going to come too fast, which is probably
So
a
jerk off in the
issue.
morning before you bang. That's just you're gonna wipe your wee wee with a cloth and then it's numb.
That used to work.
Jesus,
now
guys.
you got to get a couple pre rounds in.
Jesus Christ! No, it's But yeah, so and then of course you get the normal monetization. Like IGTV is monetized for
Right.
some people. Beta, Facebook, like you said, you make a lot of money on Facebook monetization. TikTok Creator Fund as well. So you have those normal monetizations and then brand deals.
Has the TikTok Creator Fund worked out for you?
Yeah, it works out great.
Really?
Yeah,
You actually
we do
got
well.
some cash off
we
that?
do well. Yeah, we
Interesting.
do very well. We do a lot of views, and our stuff is, like I said, we probably are going to end this and be at 10 mil. So
Really?
we're so close. We're like 300 away.
What a celebration. We've been grinding for like 500,000 on TikTok for like 6 months or something.
It's all about what you do. I can
Right.
make one video for you, it'll go big.
Really?
Because I just know how to do it. I know how to do it for anybody.
I need that insight.
Like I even do it for rappers that people have no idea.
Really?
Sometimes I got to write their shit because you look at rappers like somebody just sent me French Montana's thing, 12.8 mil, and he got like 140,000 views on a video.
So what about his Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have 12.8 million. You got 100 and something thousand views.
But so many rappers have like the most dead Instagrams. When
Right.
you actually like see the content they're posting, you're like, oh my God, what are you
Yes.
thinking?
And think about it. You could have your Instagram be lit and then drop an album, and you could be like us, getting 1 million story views and then getting your engagement incredible. Then you drop an album, and lo and behold, it's going to do a lot better because your engagement is not 0.2%. It's up to 4 or 5%.
A lot of rappers have absolutely no idea how to use their Instagram, and they just post so much random shit.
A lot of rappers have no idea. I can see every single one
Yeah.
of your analytics, and I know every single thing about your profile. That
You can see their analytics?
I have a
How? You have
whole IG
advanced
team,
shit?
baby. I got a whole beta program. I can see what they're doing. I know record companies pay for views. They pay for
Oh, yeah,
likes.
yeah.
I know everything.
I look at I could tell all the time when I look at their shit.
See it all, baby.
yeah.
They plot. I know. I see it all. It's crazy
You
shit.
know what 6ix9ine's doing to get all those views?
I think 6ix9ine looked legitimate, but I would say on YouTube he's doing a little trick, the Mexican trick.
What is that?
The Mexican trick is where you pay, you sponsor it a little bit, and you hit a specific company, and they give you basically unlimited reach. So back in the day on Facebook, right, you could do a Facebook ad. I could upload a video, and I could pay like $30 to hit India and literally get millions of views.
Because India is just such a...
They don't really control the reach.
And they don't have that much advertising, maybe, in terms of competition.
It was just a trick. And because, okay, right now, if you go on Instagram and you look at French creators, look at their engagement. It's insane.
Really?
Because Instagram's an American app. So it's crammed here. The feed, the explore, you start going to other countries, which is why you can't use a VPN. On Instagram, if you use a VPN, they ban you.
Really?
Yeah, because you could switch it to French or Germany and get the actual reach. Their reach is incredible over there.
Wow.
It's totally different. Every time you go somewhere, we go to Mexico, you'll get 50 times the reach.
But it's always been like that about the VPN?
Yeah, you can't use a VPN on IG, you'll get banned.
Wow, that's
because
interesting.
they know. If you go to Italy and you live in Italy, like no jumper, you'll go up to like 8-9%
Wow.
reach because it's an American app. Not as many people use it out there.
Interesting.
It's crazy shit.
I'm starting
dude.
to feel like you guys are less a relationship channel and more like a Russian hacking disinformation group.
I do stuff that people have. They're going to watch this and be like, dude, I had no clue that he can grow pages or knows all this. That's why we're just on Ed Milet. Like, millionaire. Like, people have no clue. They just don't know.
Wow.
Like, how much goes into it. The analytical stuff. She knows I'm psycho, dude. That's all I do.
Yeah, see, that's my problem is I just have so many different things that I'm kind of putting my energy into that, like, when I really think about it, like, the core of the business is social media, and that would make way more sense for me to spend all my effort focusing on the nuances of social media instead of all these random things I'm interested in. But it's interesting talking to you because you very much just, like, doubled down on the core of what you're doing, yeah.
Yeah, just, like, basically I'm a big believer in, like, becoming the best at one thing. Like, creating videos and social. And sometimes it drives me like insane, but because you make a good video and then the algorithm crushes you.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts. She's always like, leave the video up. Like right now, Instagram Reels for some reason hit like 4 to 5 days later.
Really?
Yeah, no idea why.
Interesting.
You leave it up and then like 4 to 5 days later, all of a sudden it starts picking up.
Huh.
Before I would be like, dude, this sucks after like 18 hours and delete it.
Are you guys planning on reproducing at any point?
Why is it like the most important question everybody asks?
She can
us?
take it because...
Before I was going to interview you guys, I kind of like assumed you had kids, and then I went back and scrolled through the page, and I'm like, okay, no, they don't have kids. Like,
No.
you just assumed that they would have kids because they seem like they would have kids.
Yeah, so we just got married in April. We got married in Mexico. So now we're going to be buying a house in Florida. And once we settle down, whatever happens, happens. But I'm not like, I need a baby. We're enjoying our
Probably
life.
everybody
and
asks you so much, huh?
all the time. It's especially the fans are like,
Because like what I'm saying, like you
when?
seem like you would have kids.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Pull-up game's
I'm like
strong.
waiting until my ovaries will expire for that, I guess.
How old
But
are you?
I'll be 35, so I'm no spring chicken.
Right.
And this is the prime time, so.
My girl started getting freaked out around like 28, 29, where she started to like, I could tell like, oh, she wants to have a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different ages.
Yeah, everyone's different.
Oh,
But
it'll be
I like
next
to enjoy our
year.
life, travel right now.
You
We'll
didn't
settle
freeze the
down
eggs yet?
and- no,
Just
I
in
haven't done
case?
any of that.
Okay.
No. I have a trainer. She's 39 years old. She had her first, and she's going to be having her second. Like, you don't need to have a baby at
No, yeah.
28. And,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm 37. I think having a kid at like 30 would have been a big mistake for me. Well, for sure. I was living in like a flop house with BMX kids, so that probably would have
shit,
really been
yeah.
a bad idea. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that is like a weird thing how everybody just like even before me and her had a baby, I did find it so fucking annoying that people constantly ask us if we're
Like,
going to have a baby.
when,
You know?
when?
It's not
Yeah.
annoying
She notices
now,
more
but
than me.
yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, like I don't know. I mean, the
Yeah,
marriage was
so-
a huge thing. We love to travel, so everybody we talked to was like, you guys are doing it right. Like, once you have kids, you don't travel near as much, you know. Like, and so many people are like, we had kids and we wish that we didn't this early, you know. Like, 'cause we wish we traveled and we're just making a nice nest egg, so it's not
Yeah, no
as
rush
stressful.
right now, but eventually we would love a little Hammy.
Yes,
That'd be
it
cute.
will happen. It will happen. but next, year or two, and then of course we want to kind of get into the YouTube and then go into the whole family.
Yeah, we'll be more
family
family
thing.
oriented and
Yeah.
bring the baby along with the YouTube.
You're
and-
coming for the Ace Family title?
and-
Ace Family
yeah, I think we
title.
are.
We've never touched YouTube yet, though. So
Right.
But-
That's so bizarre that has just not really stood out to you because that's like the most easily monetized That's what normally people just go to.
I'm like
because
you
of
do.
that.
They just take stuff down, and I'm like, oh well, this is whack. Like kid stuff. Like it didn't even do anything.
Really?
They just remove stuff. Like violates guidelines.
They
I'm
like family friendly. We're not really that family friendly.
Yeah, we're not like.
That's why TikTok likes us.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
weird.
because if you do edgy stuff that is also kind of family friendly, that I think is like this channel is so blatantly not family friendly
Yeah.
that I think we get treated a certain way because nobody in their right mind is looking at this channel like a safe spot for kids.
But like you need it though.
Yeah.
Like you have to have that. That's such. Shout out to the Florida governor. Do you know now you can actually sue big tech for up to $100 grand?
really,
He just passed that because there's for censorship.
wow, I support that.
Yeah, me too, 100%.
Yeah, it's disgusting with them all banning all these Instagram girls.
It is insane though, honestly.
It's nuts,
It's almost.
And a lot of them have really fucked up. Like they've really done some crazy shit in
Yeah.
terms of posting all kinds of naked shit and turning their accounts and making their account look like crazy porn all
Yeah.
the time. But the inconsistency of how they enforce it, and there's so many girls out there still just butt naked on there
Yeah.
while they're also banning
Yeah.
girls who make their entire livelihood off of this
Yeah.
platform. I mean, it's just fucked up. And
And some that aren't even that bad.
oh yeah,
Like some, it's just like what? Wow, I can't even believe it. Like it's with no like at least give them like a warning, like clean it up or get off. Like something.
like if you got arrested tomorrow for doing something that you didn't even know was against the rules, and then they put you in prison for life, I would think that was kind of fucked up. And
Yeah,
that's
it's not-
exactly what it's like
it
on
really is.
Instagram.
I know. It's nuts, dude. It's I just never know what I can post, what I can't, what's
Yeah.
going to violate. And then even when we get it removed, there's no actual good process for me to even get it back up. Like the appeal system doesn't even work.
Right.
We've got stuff removed. They're like, oh, she's naked. And it's literally, I'm wearing leggings that are brown, like similar to my skin. I'm like, I'm not naked.
Dude, the
I'm
most
wearing
PG
pants.
stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why we have an OnlyFans. We don't do porn or anything.
Right.
We have 340,000 people on OnlyFans.
Love OF.
340,000 people paying for your OnlyFans?
We have not charged. It is free, but we will
okay.
charge sometimes for videos. But
Private-
that's because
private videos, yeah.
it started fuck with my creativity. Like, dude, I can't wake her up and whack a dildo off her head. Something stupid.
Sex toys have
That's all he
always
wants to
been
do.
But
very-
back 3 years ago on IG, you could do it. There was
Really?
no issue. They just keep closing and closing what's allowed. Now they're talking about Instagram youth. Like, dude, get these fucking kids off. You shouldn't even have social media. At 13, you can sign up for IG.
right.
My feed they're showing me girls' tits and twats are hanging out.
Yeah.
Because that's what you like, babe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they know.
That's not on my
That's what's
page.
fucked up is that that's what he likes because they're giving it to him.
The
Same thing with me. My
Explore,
Explore
dude.
page, it's obvious I like girls wearing Lululemon. I'm sorry, babe.
Explore screwing you. Like, my TikTok though you go to and you don't see any of that. It's
Right.
all funny couple shit. That's what I watch.
Right.
I don't know.
It's crazy on my Explore page too because there will be some random girl. I guarantee I could look at it right now, and there'll just be different girls where maybe I've clicked on their photo once or twice before, and now
They got you.
it wants to show me every time this girl
Right.
who lives in Dubai with a fat ass, and it's like, why is this app so
Explore.
determined to make me look at it? I've never liked her photos. I've never
Oh my
followed her. I've
God.
never
It's Big
messaged her.
Brother.
It's weird.
Big brother.
But then they punish them.
But why her? Like.
Because you clicked once.
But there's like
clicked once,
there's
he's
beautiful
watching.
women who live all over America that you could be showing me. Why are you showing me these random like Dubai?
So weird.
And to me, it seems like they're probably involved in
Sex trafficking ring.
with camels or maybe I don't know.
Camels.
It's something weird.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, that's what you guys like, so that's what you get.
Apparently, yeah. Isn't it funny that like
What's
you
your
can't- you,
Explore?
Mine's
you
like
can't deny
candles
it?
and babies and flowers and vacations, so I don't have any dicks or tits.
Well,
on mine.
hey, at least hers is working better.
Yeah, mine's literally
Because
working.
they throw me stuff out of left
enjoy
field
it.
on
They're
Explore.
going so hard to tempt you into
Yeah.
doing
Yes.
something bad, whereas with her, it's like, oh, look at this candle.
Yeah.
Buy this candle, and they're like, buy this ass.
We're gonna be scared to
Okay.
open ours in
But
public.
There's your viral post though, right? Or that's a viral video right there, like Instagram to men versus Instagram
Oh
to
yeah,
women.
yeah. My
Here's
girl's
this candle.
IG versus my IG.
We actually did a funny one that worked. Supposedly they can't pick up your voice or track it. But I took her phone and I kept saying PS5, 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 and it actually started popping up on
like
her
now,
recommended.
PS5 will be on all of our cell phones right now. because
Started
we're talking
working,
about
dude.
It actually
It
works.
actually works.
Literally.
We made a TikTok and it actually
Do
worked.
it on your phone. Say
You just
whatever
keep
you
saying
wanna
stuff,
say.
dude, and it will come up.
Because when people tell me that, like, oh, I was talking about KFC, and then it started showing me ads for KFC, I'm usually
No,
like, all right,
legit.
bro.
If you search on Google for anything, they can do it. Now, they just came out with something new. Everybody out there who just updated their iOS got a thing allowed to track.
I just keep seeing that.
If anybody in here recognizes it,
Should
once
we
you went,
not do that?
If you don't do that, they're going to show you the most random ads ever. If you allow to track, they're going to tailor the ads to what you like. So when you go on Google and you type in whatever you're looking for, Nike hoodie, Adidas, whatever, they'll start tailoring the ads so it at least fits what you're looking for.
And I do want better tailored ads. I just would love for them to someday show me something that I actually want.
So this is actually Apple trying to fuck these companies over.
By making it harder for them, because Apple doesn't store your data in the same way that a lot of these companies are trying to do, right?
So when iOS came out and now they offered the tracking or not, it's basically, you know how much money Instagram and Facebook makes off their targeting. That's where their money is.
Yeah.
People always wonder, oh, well, you know, it's free. No, they're targeting and retargeting, and ads is like one of the most best powerful things out there, especially when you're trying to sell. For instance, Blue Chew, you can target the exact audiences that you want who would preferably buy it, you know, between this age and this age, male, in this part of the U.S., and then you can retarget again. Once the new update came out, if they don't allow tracking, you can no longer do that. So it's screwing Facebook and Instagram, right? So Apple's got more control than we would ever know in our entire life, and nobody even knows it.
Yeah.
Apple can control everything because they have the software.
Right.
So Facebook and Instagram, they made that so you can either allow or not allow, and Facebook and Instagram and Google as well is making all this money.
Yeah.
And Apple's like, nah,
Fuck.
I don't want to allow that much data. But in the meantime, Apple's collecting every single one of our pieces of data.
I know. It is so crazy. Like, to be a social media creator for a job, you're like just fully immersing yourself in this fucking evil world. These corporations are they're designing this future where, I mean, like, just when you look at like what has happened to like our discourse, it's like you don't have to be on Twitter to see the effects that Twitter has had on the way that people communicate, where the most extreme ideas are the stuff that gets pushed to the top.
Yeah.
And you see like local elections and they're like accusing of each other of things that sounds exactly like shit that you heard being said during Trump's campaign or whatever. And it's like, oh, you guys are like, everything is just following in line with these perverse incentives that social media has forced upon us, you know?
And then like, oh, we came out with Reels, so we'll just give them all the reach so they only use Reels. So it's like an AI controlling us.
Yeah.
100%.
And one thing I think is so crazy is like, and I'm more pro women getting naked on the internet than most people, I would assume. But just the fact that the cultural norm about women being naked on the internet has changed so much just because Instagram incentivizes women to be half naked on the internet, you know?
She says it all the time, like, especially with our stuff. Like, we're not half naked. It has a little sexual innuendo.
But you know,
We're
if
PG-13,
you did
literally.
your thoughtiest photo shoot to date, it would probably be one of your most liked things on your Instagram, right?
Definitely.
And it's like, so you know that you might be like old enough or adult enough to like not just give in and just do that all the time. But when you look at some girl's Instagram and you see that every fucking photo is her poking her ass out, not to mention changing the shape of her ass in the app and brightening it and getting fake tits, getting a fake ass, all these things. That girl, if she was born 10 or 15 years earlier, would probably be a relatively modest human being like most girls were at that time. But now they just have this reason why they should use their body this way,
but
basically to grow their social media.
I think we're proven that
you don't have to, but the incentive for you to do it, and a lot of these people, like,
and then you're in a trap.
They're being introduced to this before they are even necessarily like old enough or thinking enough to understand that their entire personality is being shaped by these apps.
100%. And then once you do it, that's like, girls will complain like, oh, my reach wasn't as good. Well, you're wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. And they know that. They know that.
And you know, like, you can't go to that extreme and then go back. Like, like, even she always flips out and I flip out because our stuff is, I would literally like PG compared to what there's no see-through nipples or any. It's a little sexual innuendo. You get it.
Right.
But there's nothing that is
they'll be
even
like
close.
too sexual removed. And I'm like, but I see a see-through vagina wearing white panties.
The
like,
camel toe. The
Yeah.
camel toe
Oh,
thing.
it's huge.
It's all the time, and it's all over my IG.
And
actually.
because a camel toe was a bad thing to have. You know, no woman wanted to have their
Never.
fucking pants shoved up their vagina, and now girls do it on purpose
Oh, the
because they
pube
know
thing,
it'll
too.
get more views.
The
what?
pubes, the puby thing too started becoming big.
Because you can show some pubes?
No, with the women's.
that on your Explorer?
No, but this is like a thing where, like, I started seeing some
Get 'em.
weird stuff on the Explorer where there's pubes coming out of like their bathing suits and shit. Like,
Really?
that became a thing. Like, what the fuck?
I think that's the French people you're following.
No, I don't know what it is.
I
but
don't see anybody here with it.
I haven't seen the pubes, but
you
the
know
camel
what?
toe trips
That's
me
all
out.
good.
Because it's something that is viral viral, but it was previously bad, but now it's viral, so that means it's good.
That's true. Camel toe used to get made fun of in high school. Like,
There'll be no camel in
If
our
you had a
account.
camel toe in high school, oh my God, you'd be made fun of until the day
Forever.
you
Oh, yeah.
died.
Forever.
Right.
You would be fucking.
Your name would be
you know,
Camel.
Candy Camel Toe.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're gonna
Here
call
comes
you that.
Camel.
You know?
Like you would literally, it's true.
Like when I was 15, 16, I remember there was this girl and she put a 7-Up bottle within her unit. And,
Wow.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, that was very shocking at this time.
Overachiever.
But then somebody printed out pictures of it and hung it up on the fucking walls all over the school.
High school.
And it was
So
it was
shitty.
like the most devastating thing. Everybody, you know, she had to like leave the school or go to
shame.
camp.
Yeah, you gotta leave for that.
When I think about that now, I wonder how much of a big deal that would be, because it kind of seems like this world that social media is building would like not make that seem like it was such a bad thing. Or like when girls, that's kind of an extreme example, but when girls' nudes used to leak, it was like
Yeah.
a really big deal. Even when I was in
I think
college
there was more
and stuff.
shaming back then too.
Oh,
now
so much
it's
shaming.
like you don't want to be shamed. You know,
But dude,
if you shame
nowadays
people,
you
you're
can't
an
get
ass.
away with. And imagine back then, like our phones started to come out, but every single thing, someone that I can take to parties where something crazy happened. That's caught on camera now. Like high school must be fucking rough. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Every party, everybody always gets embarrassed. Like someone fucking yaks or
You're drinking for the first time, and you got like 100 people documenting
the whole
Snapchat.
thing. And high school's already hard enough.
Yeah.
And then you do have social media where it's always comparing. There's nothing that Instagram can do, whether they have likes or don't hide likes. There's nothing that you can do to stop that psychological. There's nothing.
You know what's so funny though is how we hate the censorship on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, but then you think about it a little different with TikTok, where since I got TikTok, I've just been used to the idea that you
Yeah.
can't have shit there. No drugs, no weed,
Yeah.
no like extreme sexual stuff, no swearing, all this stuff, and you're just used to it. But it is kind of weird. Like, can you imagine if like Facebook or Instagram had just always been like that? Like TikTok is allowed to just create the world that they want, and we've all sort of just accepted it.
And TikTok's our favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
'cause the
I get
reach.
TikToks removed on Instagram now. It's like flip-flopped. No idea how, no idea why.
Well, it's like if we make a video and it's blasting on one platform and it's not blasting on the other, obviously you're gonna like that, TikTok, because it's getting in
That
front
too,
of
of
everybody.
course. But who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Everybody where you're going to get the most growth. Their AI is just beautiful.
But that's what's interesting, is it says a lot about you or me, because I'm in the same boat, where we would gladly emphasize TikTok, even though we know it's the space where we can feel the least comfortable in just being ourselves or saying what we want. But we'll take growth over free speech.
If you can adapt, we adapted. Like
Yeah.
we didn't exist on there 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Didn't exist. Nothing. Just made it. Got verified. Now we're at 10 mil right now. I know we already hit it.
Right.
Just like that. And a different generation. We're very, very adaptable.
So that's
Some
why
people
we're
can never
liking it.
adapt. Some people you can take on Instagram where they're popping and they can't make a Facebook video that's 2 minutes long. They don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Vice versa. Some people on YouTube can't make a quick video. I started out making long videos.
Right.
We did over 1 billion views last year
Right.
on all our platforms. We're well over that again this year.
Wow.
You have to be able to adapt, though. Everything is so different. You can't just flip your Instagrams and chuck them on Reels. I mean, on TikTok.
Right.
You can't take your TikToks and put it on Reels, because if you got the watermark, they're automatically not going to let you hit Explore.
That really does.
That's a real thing.
That works.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll let you hit a little bit, but not near as much, especially Explore, because you got that watermark from TikTok on there.
Right.
It's crazy.
What a world.
The world, dude. It's crazy stuff.
You guys got any things we should be on the lookout for? Anything new coming down the pipeline?
I mean, YouTube, we're definitely going to start getting into the YouTube. And when we get on a platform, you're going to know we're on that platform. We blow up very fast.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Are you thinking at all about doing anything explicit on there or no?
No,
Okay.
no. Just showing her butt cheeks, showing
Yeah.
my butt cheeks, stupid shit.
Little stuff.
Butt cheeks. Nice.
No
Well, yeah.
penetration. No
No
anything like that.
penetrations, nothing like that.
That's a big decision.
Yeah, that is a big decision, but no, we're not even interested.
But yeah, it's a
in
fun
it.
platform. I'm liking that.
Yeah, we do love it. OnlyFans, though. It is fun. It's just I can create what I want to create, and I don't feel, like a void or like I'm missing out. Like, damn, I wish I could do this because I know it would go viral, but I
Yeah.
fucking can't because it's gonna get taken down.
Yeah.
TikTok 10 mil. We're definitely gonna get up to 15, 20 mil. We've really been cranking it on there. A lot of podcasts like Ed Milet's, like I said. A lot of collaborations coming up with some more celebrities, getting into that realm. And I think like movies, I'm kind of moving in that direction as well.
You make a movie?
Just be in some more movies. I really enjoyed the Adam Sandler thing, and I just think it would be fun. I think I can do more than just social media. You know, and I'm not someone who's like, oh, like LA, like film school, this and that. Like when I went to the Adam Sandler thing, it was funny because everybody was in like SAG, and I didn't even know what that was, which I guess
Screen Actors Guild.
I had no idea what it was, and they're like, oh, like just the way they talked, like, oh, like you know, how'd you get here? How'd you get in? Like, you know, fucking yes, SAG, man. Like, I'm like, oh, I just knew like
like a weird gang.
like yeah, like you know,
Culty.
Chris's
Like being in ISIS.
yeah, I just was like felt like, oh, who's this kid? Like, how'd you do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I just knew somebody, and I was just there. And it was the coolest opportunity to talk to Sandler and see how they do it. You know, like they literally film and like edit it all like right there. It's weird. It's crazy how they do it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was in a scene with Ray Liotta from Goodfellas too.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh, wow.
I'm with this guy. His name's Ray Liotta. I'm like, you're with Ray Liotta?
I sent her a picture. I had no idea who it
I
was.
was like, Ray freaking Liotta? Like,
I
that's
didn't even know. I'm not good with
amazing.
names or anything, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like yeah, here we are, my boys, and like,
Yeah,
just
if
like,
you watch
dude,
the
that's
movie,
Ray
you'll see
Liotta.
him.
Yeah, you'll see me in the beginning.
He's in the deli scene with Ray Liotta.
But it was fun, man. Like right now, we have so much crazy shit.
Yeah.
Some of it I can't say who I work with, but I work with a lot of very big sites. If I said them, you'd be like, oh shit. Like I just NDAs and what I do, but I grow Instagram pages. I help people grow. I help people learn how to make videos all the way up to billionaires on how to do this stuff and how to get introduced to social media to use it for their business because they don't know, but they know that this is it. If you have a business and you're not on social, unless you're locally, you know, you can be huge and do good, but really you're not going to be existent.
Well, yeah, we're fairly big on socials, but if anything, this conversation has convinced me we need to be doing a lot more, going a lot harder.
Oh, dude, you got to be. It's nuts. It's nuts, especially TikTok. Like TikTok is Instagram 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we would post a video, we'd grow 40,000. TikTok is now doing that. TikTok is now the trends. That's where people blow up. TikTok. That's where all these people. When's the last time you've heard somebody blow up from Instagram? This doesn't exist.
No.
Everybody we've heard of is TikTok. That's where you come from because they're giving you that that exposure. It's not crushed. It's not bled out. And that's what made America so scared. I don't believe in all the spying bullshit. It's because America didn't have their hand in it. America and all these companies, they control everything on Instagram. All the people who own, you know, equity and all that, you know, you got to please everybody.
Right.
But they weren't like that. They had no control.
Does it ever occur to you that it's pretty wild that you were in the Army before this?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I know.
It's a very different lifestyle.
It was totally different. It was crazy, but yeah, it was, like I said, 4 years, 15 months in Iraq. I promised dudes over there that I would pursue a career in entertainment because I was crazy over there. Like I was
He's
just
always
playing
a comedian.
pranks. Yeah, and just you
Even
know,
his mom says when he was a baby, he always had a camera,
Always
like
had a
recording
camera.
himself as a baby and stuff.
doing funny shit.
Yeah, when I hear kids say like now the number one career is like a vlogger or a social media star, and I'm like, if me as a kid was like trying to figure that out
Yeah.
before it existed. Like I knew that I wanted to be somebody who just had an audience and was able to make content, and I was just so young that I just like didn't understand how the fuck I would ever get into a position to do that, and it didn't really exist like it does now, you know?
Yeah, it happened to us too. It was you know, it's crazy. People are like out there trying so hard, but not that it's not insanely hard work.
Yeah.
It's very hard work, way more than what people would realize. But I think it's almost like it's come natural plus the hard work. So I think that's why we're getting to where we're getting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love it. So it's like I don't really think it's hard work. But I get fried too, you know. I get fried out. Like she said, and then we'll go on vacation where I still like to film, but it refreshes. Even just being in LA and being here refreshes my head. You know,
Yes.
mental health is fucking huge, dude. Like people can't believe I used to not even like be able to leave my house. You know, terrible anxiety and panic and all that. And so many people suffer with it. And now I just, a large part because of, you know, traveling and all that, but, you know, every day I wake up, I meditate 30 minutes. You know, I listen to daily affirmation. I give thanks. I work out 5 to 6 days a week, eat super healthy every single day. Like every day it takes that discipline to take care of yourself. Like mentally, you have to do it. But I feel like it's something that's just so not talked about. Like mental health is not talked about. Like, and it's so prevalent. It's so big. Everybody's going to feel anxious. And then people feel like a weirdo because they're anxious or panicked, but nobody wants to talk about it. And then, of course, you get the whole drugs that come in. Of course, it's way easier. I could have taken Ativan or any of that, Xanax, and chilled out. But instead, I took the way longer, harder road with the meditation and you know, relax. And one thing that's really good about me and her is when we first started dating, I was like, I feel anxious. I'm getting anxiety. Just to tell somebody you're feeling it, you automatically feel better. You're like, like she knows I'm kind of feeling anxious.
That is a huge part of it, just being able to talk about it. And like, but I didn't have even that language as a kid, you know? Like I would have never been able to tell somebody I was depressed.
I didn't have it either.
I didn't understand what that was.
Even in the Army, and that was in 2008 when I was in Iraq. I had
My parents had me
panic.
on antidepressants, and I didn't understand that I was depressed.
It's so
I just
weird.
was like, oh, there's this like pill I have to take because I'm all fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
When I had the panic attack, I had no idea what it was. They got me ready for war and all that, and they didn't tell us one thing. I was literally, would never forget the day. I was in the gym working out. We had just switched bases. I was 19. We were over there. We've been bombed, mortared. Some of our people have been injured. Didn't even realize the stress, the homesickness. It's a 15-month tour. I was in the gym, and a panic just hit me. And just it was nuts. I literally thought that somebody drugged my water. Because when you're in Iraq, right, the water bottles don't have a label. And we have our facilities over there that make our water, and they just dropped off on huge pallets. So you mix up waters, you know, because they all look the same and there's no label. So it's like you'll pick something up. I thought it was drugs, like because I felt that big adrenaline rush when you have the panic, you know, the numbness, the dryness in your throat, like you want to run out of your head. Had no clue what panic was. Had no idea. And I stayed in that, and then got into that whole depression panic cycle where I was scared of my own fucking shadow. I couldn't sleep. Couldn't do nothing. And I made it through that tour, luckily. And once I finally made it out of there, then when I started reading, you know, the reading really helped me with reading about anxiety and panic. And once you kind of understand what it is, when you finally know, like you said, you don't know what it is, but when you read and you're like, oh shit, like millions of other people have this. It's panic. That's what I had, was panic. This is what's causing it. So like, huge book recommendation would be At Last a Life by Paul David. I read that book and it changed everything. Oh, wow. Because it tells you what it is you're having.
Right.
Anxiety, panic. But she's always been so calm, and it's always helped me. Like, she got me into the meditation, and like even a few times I smoke weed, it like makes me get in a panic attack.
Really?
And she's just like, dude, just chill out. Just
you gotta try these gummies.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah, she loves that
She goes,
stuff.
yay.
She loves that. But I'll never forget, I took the biggest rip, and I'm like, she's just in the jacuzzi just kicking her feet back, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like doing yoga. He's like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, just calm down.
like, you know, when you smoke too much, she's like, just chill. And I'm like,
We'll pass.
and then I was just like, and then I can just calm down, you know?
Right.
But
So
yeah,
it's-
without him working so hard on himself, he wouldn't be as successful as he is today.
Oh, and I write in a journal. I like to write, especially in the mornings.
Nice.
3 pages in the morning, anything that comes to my head before I touch the phone.
That's what I really need, is that time in the morning of just like doing, like meditating or writing or something like that. I get up, I take a shit, and I start looking at Twitter, and it's just
the
not
worst.
It's not a healthy way to start your day, you know?
See, I meditate, then I take a shit, and I'm just chilling. It comes out easier. I'm relaxed.
I think I got to shit first.
But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work though. Shit ton. Nobody's just gonna become big, you know, without going crazy and grinding over it. And it's just like any industry. Same with rap. You know, they don't just all of a sudden blow up. You know, they've been doing it for years and years and years and years. And that's it. Yeah. I've never actually. Some of the labels are cool though. I'm friends with some of the labels, and if it's something I like, then I'll do something with it. But sometimes they send me stuff, and I'm like, dude, are you even watching what we do? Like, this doesn't fit. I don't know.
Like,
what
there's
you
an
want me to do.
artist right now who I'm super cool with, that I'm a big fan of, and there's all these like random ass people making TikToks using the song, and I'm just hearing people around me just saying like, oh, that dude's blowing up on TikTok lately, and I'm just thinking like, I want to see this dude do good, but like, y'all are really just in the dark, kind of like, y'all don't understand that this is all bought and paid for.
Nobody knows, and you can always tell who they're gonna plot because they come to influencers.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to go backstage and want to meet this person and post them on your stuff? And you want to use this song? And then all of a sudden you start seeing these people appear and memes and this and that. And that's the industry plotting them with the right people, getting pictures, getting seen.
Yeah.
I know how it works.
Yeah, I just refuse to play that game anymore. I used to be like lingering around backstage of shows and shit to like meet the rapper real quick so I get a photo with him and try to get him to do the interview or whatever. Like, I think I need more of that in my life, honestly. Like, I just need to socialize more.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, I just can't, like, I have a kid now. I can't wrap my head around how I used to think that that was like a good use of my time, you know?
I mean, definitely your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
But like we both deal way more with business than with social and
Yeah, but I have friends who go to the club and they're around all these like rich, important people, whatever, and they're around them in an environment of, oh, y'all are getting drunk together, and not
that's
not
true.
like, even this is like, I have people come through and stuff, but it's like they're usually meeting me for the first time when they come here. Maybe some of them are a fan of me, that's why they want to come here. But then when I hear my friends talking about like, oh, I just seen that guy in the club and we were hanging out, yada yada, like I've made a ton of important connections from just being out.
Yeah.
And people give you so much credit for just being out and about.
No, of course, yeah.
Like,
it's huge.
That's like shocking to people that you leave the house.
I mean, I like to always be out. I mean,
yeah.
we
I'm
both
glad
love to
concerts
go
are
out.
back open. We can get backstage again.
Yeah, we love going back, especially people who we
love
really
that.
enjoy, and to meet them. We enjoy that.
It's a fun part of
Love
it all,
music.
definitely. Yeah.
Missed concerts big time.
Yeah, I missed being out and about. And then yesterday I went to like a restaurant in Fairfax and we were eating outside and had like 50 people ask me to take photos during it. And I was like, oh yeah, I hate this.
You're like, can I put my mask back
now
on?
I remember, I hate this.
That's
This
what
is
I
why
was
don't
telling
leave the
her.
house.
I
was
like the
like,
mask life for a little
the
bit.
mask is easier.
It was good.
Once we took the mask off, now it's just like,
Now
now
it's
it's like every single place. And then we love it, don't get me wrong, but some people do it really weird. You know, like they'll linger around you, they'll look at you, then they'll walk away, and then you go in the
it's like
bathroom,
the
you're trying to
phone.
piss, and they're like looking at you
They're
again.
looking over the stall. And
Yeah.
What you working with now?
Or like they pull out the phone from a distance, or like, dude, just come say hi. That's all.
That's how I felt when I was going to this place yesterday. As I was like, all right, no more masks. Way too hot to wear a hoodie. I'm out here just butt naked. There ain't nothing separating me from somebody wanting a picture.
Sometimes she just wears the mask. She's like, I'm just gonna put it on.
If it wasn't so fucking hot, I would actually probably. No, I hate the mask. I'm not wearing the mask.
But it's your fans, and they're gonna repost the picture, and it's more eyes.
It's
for
cool to
you.
meet people too. Like you meet so many interesting people.
But that's the thing. I love meeting people, but a very large percentage of the time, it's like, I watch your interviews. Like, oh, I can't believe I'm looking at you. I'm like, wow, this is a really riveting conversation. This is so
Wait.
deep.
I have to tell you a funny
And
ass
they
story.
probably want to kick themselves
We
every
gotta
time
tell
they
them what
walk away.
just
They're like,
happened.
shit, why did I say that?
They're shaking. They go to shake your hand.
They're
Dude,
sweating.
this just actually,
Aw.
it didn't, I had like a complete shit. So we get here in LA, it's like 7.5 hours from
God.
Boston. Dead tired, get in the car. We go over here, what is it, Hollywood Boulevard, wherever the fuck it is. Park in a random parking lot. I go out, I go, this place is a shithole. Walk around, we go back.
Like, this is
She
weird.
goes, look at that tall dude. He was bald, had makeup on. It was fucking MGK
I go, what is
filming
that,
something.
Machine Gun Kelly?
She goes, what is that, Machine Gun Kelly
And
kidding
then
around?
It literally was.
But wait, we get in the car. I pull up. I didn't notice or think it was MGK, but then Cole Bennett's right there. And I go, you're, and then you're,
He's stuttering.
and
I'm like,
MGK's
oh, no.
sitting there looking at me like he's not noticing me, but MGK was all done up. And I know Cole Bennett though, because I've talked to him before, but I just flew so much. I'm jet lagged. I'm like, I go, I know who you are, but I just can't think about it right now. And then I look over and MGK's just standing there.
We're all
like
just
in a
looking at
wig,
each other like-
and we're all just, everybody's waiting for me to finish it. And I just go, I don't know, dude, but I know who you are. And then I just drove off.
I go, that was-
Hollywood's a weird place.
yeah.
Like, it's not that I was starstruck. I was tired.
We
I
were
couldn't
not
think of who put
mentally-
the face to who it was.
Right.
So I kind of see how that happens now because people have done that to us where they're
They're
like,
like, wait, you're
Yeah, all the
him?
time.
Are you him?
You're Aaron. No.
hey, Cole,
I
if you see
know
this, I wish you
you.
could have helped me out. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
he had his hat
Cole
on. He had his
Bennett.
stuff. Cole
They were
Bennett,
giggling.
yes, hi.
They were giggling
And then
about
she
it.
goes, dude, that is MGK. And I was like, oh. And then he just looked at me and he
was
had a
in
wig
disguise.
on. He was wearing all kinds of crazy shit because they're doing a music video, obviously.
Disco pants.
But I wasn't even focusing on that. I was like, I know Cole Bennett.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah, that was cool.
it's weird.
But we were those stuttering people. So.
Yeah, we're
It
those
is,
people.
it is always weird when people come up to you and like they have a lot of energy and it's like you've already done this like a lot today and it's like you just don't really have that much energy to like be meeting a random person and they don't get that. They're like,
Yeah,
they think
sad.
that you should be as happy to meet them as they are to meet you, and it's kind of like for me, it's like there's no acting going on here. Like, I'm not playing the character here. I'm gonna be me the whole way. If you think I'm rude, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it's cool though. You meet so many people and it's like it's absolutely amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah,
it really
it's a
is.
fun ride.
It's very fun. It's
sure.
when we're together, it's real bad. Like when we're apart,
wow.
yeah, you get it, but when we're together, it's like fuck.
Hammy.
Yeah. And when I'm with my girl, it's like people are like,
It-
oh, I
worse.
have my hand around her, so they like want to film and then like take pictures from a distance, and I'm like seeing
It's really
it.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any kind of like anything that seems real, they like are excited that they're seeing.
So excited. Is it real?
Well,
That's
they love
people's
you guys.
thing.
That's probably why.
Yeah,
They
they
like
wanna
see
know. People want to know all the time, are we real? Yeah, we're really married. We're really in love. And
I know people think that we're not even really married. They think it's like
They think it's
I'm
a
like,
hoax.
no, we're together. We're
crazy.
They all say that about the Ace family, so they got to say it about you guys.
No, you know what it is, though? I can't lie. On TikTok, there's a few couples that I've watched, right? One of them was married, and her and her husband. And then, like, 5 days later, they're getting a divorce, and she's crying in the video. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wow, they really hid that unbelievably well.
I wonder if it's the person I'm thinking of, but my girl watches some girl on YouTube that recently had this happen, and it was a thing.
Cat Stickler.
I think maybe, yeah.
They,
It sounds
her
familiar.
and her husband were doing the, they were doing them together.
Yeah,
And
then
it
all
just
of a sudden
kept
he's
popping
gone.
up. And then, yeah, and they have a kid.
Yeah.
And they're married.
Yeah.
And everything was totally fine. And, you know, they pop up on the Explore, and then all of a sudden a video pops up, and she's sitting there crying. She's like, and he's next to her, and he's like, yeah, we're done. It's not working out.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They went
Well, it's a
from
part of life.
2 days ago from cuddling and kissing and doing a couples video, and then they're
If I was single, I would not be against the idea of doing a fake family channel type thing with a random hot girl. If like, you know, if I probably wouldn't, because I'm like at a point in my life where I don't need to do that. But if you were just somebody who had a following, and I mean, it's not the worst idea I ever heard.
Dude, there's one guy, I don't even know his name, but every single video is like a girlfriend and boyfriend video, but it's always a different girl. Everybody, all these poor kids in the comments are like, dude, what is going on with this guy?
But that's
Like,
like
Very
Seinfeld. Jerry's dating a different girl every episode. I always thought that was great. Like fucking, you know, who knows?
But he has like a relationship page, but every video
every
is a
girl's
different girl.
different. At one point, he had a girl.
So it's like, how can people get relationships?
So he had a girl. That, you know, he had a girl.
Right.
And then it
But
just
then
became,
then they broke up or whatever, and now like it's a different girl, but he's still doing the relationship
Did you
thing.
used to watch Boy Meets World?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And like they replace
Corey
a sister,
and Topanga.
and it's just one
yeah.
day the sister's different, and it's like, well, one day the girlfriend's
I
different.
totally don't remember that part.
But you probably should try that. I feel like they know her too well.
It's the weirdest.
Yeah.
It's the weird. It just so. And then people are like, wait, what? Are you with another? These poor kids, you know, like they don't know who is this girl.
It's like their
Where's
parents
the other
getting
girl?
divorced.
It's. But that couple, for instance, though, I was like, what the hell? I was like, damn. So I guess social media really is good at hiding stuff.
Yeah.
That was one. It was kind of
Yeah.
eye opener for me. I was like, they just made a video a day ago.
Yeah.
And now they're broken up and getting a divorce.
They probably had a bunch of videos in the stash while they were, feuding.
They had to get those few bang energies out. They're in contract.
You know. Oh God, that was
Honey,
the worst.
I know we're getting a divorce, but we got 2 bang energies
Yeah.
left that they paid us for.
Yeah, I'm done with you, but we got 3 more brand
We need
deals.
to roll this out.
We have 3 more brand deals, and I'm done. I'm out of here.
The only reason I'm coming back is not because of the kid, but we got 2 brand deals left.
No,
I
you
need the
you
money.
break up, you still hate each other, but then 6 months later, you realize that your business is
Still
fucked
have to work
without her. So
together.
all of a sudden, you're back together.
Back together. We're seeing, yeah,
It's
it's
not for the
man.
kids; it's for the brand deals.
for the brand
man.
deals, baby. Wow.
Yo, I appreciate you guys coming on. Honestly, this is really interesting. And
Thank
that
you for
fly,
having us.
honestly,
It's been around the whole
Still
time.
here.
find the wand. We have to go to war with this thing.
But yeah, man, it was great to meet you, and
For
you know,
sure.
glad to stop by. I've been watching you for, man, I reached out to you 2 years ago now, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I have been following you
kept
for a
in
long
touch.
time, and I remember at first being like, "What do I think of this content? Well, like, is this something I want to get behind?" And then I started to realize you're a social media genius, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll fuck with
You're
it."
like, okay, he's fucking crazy and shit, but it worked. But yeah, I mean, you weren't even close to where you were now. Not when I first found you.
Slow grind.
It
Fuck
is.
that fly, man.
Hey, you got a nice studio and stuff. It's you know, and who
It's
knows?
not that
you know,
nice. We got flies.
just one. It's been the same one the whole time.
It's just like on you too, and literally, it's on.
It's all,
And they're so fast that there's just no chance that you're
Right,
ever
you
gonna
can
get
never,
it.
you're never gonna get
it's
it.
always flying. But
That's funny.
yeah,
get
man,
it.
it's been great, and I definitely want to try.
Oh, the kendama.
Yeah, I always see you doing it.
No, you want to try the sour strips? I think.
She'll try
I
those.
do.
I'm not into that, but I used to be really into hacky sack and stuff.
Actually, the dude who is pretty much the best in the world at kendama, you played hacky sack for like 6 years before he got into kendama,
Insane.
and that's how he got so good at it. I think.
See, so
Maybe
we can
the
relate a
next
little
one.
more because we're kind of closer in age, so like pogs and all that cool shit.
I got in trouble in elementary school because Pogs got banned, and then I took chalk and I wrote "Free the Pogs" on the school.
Dude, I
How did it get
actually, you know
banned?
what?
I've never heard of it. How old are you,
It's
by
chalk.
the way?
I'm 37.
Okay.
And this is when I was, I don't know, 8.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I got in trouble because I stole someone's slammer
Oh yeah.
in school. Yeah, I stole their
That's
That's
slammer.
why they banned it, is because there
Yep.
was so much controversy over whose
Well,
Pogs
people
were
were
whose.
fighting.
I mean, it's gambling.
Yeah, it's true.
It's gambling for something really dumb that like nobody in their right mind would
But
really
they're so
want, but
cool.
it is gambling.
They're
Kind
so cool though. You pull out your little long tube, and
tube.
whoever's got the most.
For a while, that shit was so popular that you couldn't go to Kmart without just seeing like a whole aisle of like tubes
Everywhere.
and Pog everywhere, man.
Now
That's
it's
why
gone.
whenever anyone tries to convince me that like, oh, this clothing trend is popular, so therefore you should do it. It's like, bro, I lived through Pogs.
And
I know this shit is stupid. I'm just gonna
Pogs.
trust my own viewpoint at this point.
I can't believe Pokemon's made its way back.
As a person who's been playing Pokemon Go every day for 6 years, I feel you.
And Tech Decks.
Tech decks.
is
I
cool.
have friends who went on a BMX road trip and they literally like took all this cardboard and they were cutting bottles in half to build quarter pipes for their tech
Wow.
decks and shit. They're so into it. I'm like,
Remember
what
the
the fuck
soaps?
is wrong with you guys?
Soap
I had
shoes.
soaps too.
I had it all,
Not
dude.
at all.
You ever get the Heelys though?
No.
Nah, me neither.
But
I
that's-
love it.
Yes, I think
The
you still
Heelys?
have.
No, I
Heelys.
made a video. We made a funny comedy video, but I never used the Heelys.
Okay.
I was never more sure I was a bitch than when the soap shoes came out, and like I thought it was tight that I could just grind a curb.
They were sick.
And then I had friends who were grinding like 15 stair rails like as a joke.
Somebody always has to take it to the next
and
level.
then I'm like, okay, I'm a pussy because I'm not jumping on this handrail in these soap shoes. Yeah.
Kids literally were going to the skate park with them.
Oh,
How
yeah.
can you compete with that?
And I was like probably riding bikes around that time, so I'm looking at these soap shoes kids like I'm going to murder you. Like I hate you.
I remember
Get out of
those.
here.
Good times.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having
Shout
us.
out to the Hammy family. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Like, comment, subscribe, and nojumper.com if you want to support. We'll be on stream Friday. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, man.